The Explorers have been there, done that, and we're about to see if the Indians can do better. Okay, folks, let's play some Pennsylvania Cup hockey.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Trib Total Media presents another hockey night on the PIHL Network, featuring scholastic hockey in Western Pennsylvania. Hockey Night is brought to you by Trib Total Media and produced by Rubino Productions.
It's a great day for PIHL hockey.
At Trib Total Media, we do things right. We're the watchdogs in our neighborhoods, our region, and around the world. It's our responsibility to ask the right questions and tell every side of every story. We continue to invest in our award-winning reporters and photojournalists so they can bring it all to you. See for yourself, in print or online at triblive.com. The Trib, we do things right. Here.
The show's not over in Hockey Valley just yet. We've got more pucks to come on the PIHL Network. Hello, good afternoon, and welcome with Tom Berenger and social media reporter Ross and Santa. Matt Popchuk on board with you for the final game of the 2014 Pennsylvania Cup Championship Series between Rick Tingle's Peters Township Indians and Wally Muehlbrunner's LaSalle College High School Explorers. And both these teams very familiar with the D word, and by D word, of course, I mean defense. I also mean dynasty. The LaSalle College High School Explorers, a modern dynasty here in the East, winners of 4 consecutive Flyers Cups in Class AAA. They are looking for their second Pennsylvania Cup championship in 3 years. They beat Bethel Park for their last one. The Peters Township Indians had to beat the Bethel Park Blackhawks at Consol Energy Center on St. Patrick's Day to win their first Penguins Cup since 2005. From 2002 through 2005, the Indians also won 4 championships in a row. The big gun for LaSalle, Andrew Romano, 11 points in the playoffs, 3 goals. He's been very active on special teams, and special teams and goaltending have been such a big part of these first 2 games. Tom Berenger, they're going to be a big part of this one, I would imagine. The Indians don't have the superstar power that they have had in years past, but they have a couple of very capable forwards who have worked well together, and Adam Alavey and John Dagnall, who scored back-to-back hat tricks. The latter has in the Penguins Cup semifinals and Penguins Cup finals, respectively. And between the pipes, you've got a young man who's going to be raring to go after erasing that championship drought, legal mask and all, Peters Township senior Brian Baker.
Yeah, Matty, you make reference to the controversial cat-eye goalie mask that was worn by Brian Baker in the final Penguins Cup final. Bethel Park coach Mort McVeigh raised the issue of the mask, bought himself some great time, and really got Peters off their game a little bit. But there's some experienced players on this team. There are 8 seniors on this Peters Township Indians team. Brian Baker, of course, being one of the more notable. You've got some good, strong defensemen, including Carter Ekberg, and then, of course, Evan Opeka and Adam Alavey, 20 goal scorers, just having a really good year. The last time that Peters won states, they were in Division AA. So this is their first foray into the AAA realm, where we like to think that the AAA, which is the highest level of high school hockey, has the best talent. Not always the case, but certainly these are the big dogs out here today, Matty.
And for their first test, they get baptism by fire, having to go up against one of the most well-governed and well-peopled programs in Class AAA in the history of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. We mentioned Romano and his big playoff, very big in the Flyers Cup Championship game. LaSalle was down by 4-1 in that game. LaSalle rallied thanks to Romano and Colin Gustafson, who could be a big X factor. He scored a couple of goals and set up the overtime winner by Cody Thomas, 3:46 into the sudden victory period to give the Explorers Explorers the right to play for the Pennsylvania Cup Championship for a 4th consecutive time. Jonathan Dagnall, we talked about 7 postseason goals for him. The common thread in these first 2 games, Tom, is that the Eastern teams have been able to get off to good starts, and they've been able to play very suffocating man-to-man defense. And let's see if the Indians, who are quite adept at that themselves, can give the East a taste of its own medicine.
Yeah, the LaSalle College High School name has always intrigued me. You've got high school and college in the same sentence. I mean, of course, prep schools, college prep schools usually don't do that, but this is a storied, legendary program who, like you rightly said, is a dynasty, and they've got every opportunity to continue that dynasty in the future. There are 6 freshmen on this squad. There are 6 sophomores, 4 juniors, and 5 seniors. Once again, we've got a young team, and Harrison Feeney, usually the starting goaltender, number 35, is also a sophomore. This team, this LaSalle Explorers team, is going to be exploring for a good long time.
It is passed down from generation to generation, not unlike a lot of teams do it here in the West. Wally Muehlbrunner IV behind the bench for the Explorers, primed for another run at State Hockey Gold. Rick Tingle and Mike Antonucci and Ryan Tingle, the Peters Township primary coaching staff, they are as well. And we are primed to join public address announcer Rod Niemartin for formal introductions of both these teams. We are ready from the Pegula Ice Arena on the campus of Penn State University and State College, Pennsylvania. Ross and Santa, our social media czar for the weekend. Are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready, Matt. As always, I'm ready.
What do you got for us, Ross?
Basically, back on the Western PA half of this matchup, not necessarily on the Peters Township side, but Western PA hockey in general, Thomas Clark of Connellsville Hockey knows that this is the last opportunity for Western PA hockey for Peters Township to bring home a PA Cup title. So he's wishing luck to the Peters Township Indians, and as noted by Nathan Smith here representing Trib Total Media, one of our partners here on the PIHL network, noting that if LaSalle were to take this game, it will be the first time a complete sweep of Flyers Cup championships here in the PA Cup since 2004. So it's been a while since the eastern side has been this dominant in the PA Cup, Matt.
Thank you very much, Ross. And of course, he's referring to Malvern Prep, Archbishop Carroll, and Radnor in AAA, AA, and Single A respectively. We had a Western sweep a few years back in 2011 as we had the Mars Planets, Bishop Canavan Crusaders, and Upper St. Clair Panthers all winning in Westchester, Pennsylvania. The Explorers move from left to right on your computer screen, television screen, or mobile devices. This puck dies in front of Brian Baker. Joseph Kittleberger, the Peters Township captain, was overtaken. Baker makes the save side of the net. Rebound, Romano trying to jam it in. He can't. Baker is there, holding down the fort.
Must be that cat-eye mask at work again.
Early hop for the LaSalle Explorers, and from this team offensively, we have come to expect no less the few times that we have gotten to see them play.
And they're a dynamic team, Matt. I've had the pleasure of working many of their games at South Point, and not only are they a dramatic team, but I think personally, Peters Township, a lot of really nice kids.
Alavey over the line, offside, Dagnall. 40 seconds into a scoreless first period. And you want to keep an eye on those two if you're in the West watching this. They're going to be the torchbearers, you would think, of the Peters Township attack. Alavey, the goal scorer in the regular season, at least more so than Dagnall. In the playoffs, he's been more of a setup man, and Dagnall has gotten much of the Penguins Cup playoff glory. Although Alavey, to his credit, in the quarterfinals against Seneca Valley had, according to our friend Josh Roundtree from MSA Sports, one of the prettiest goals he had ever seen in a Penguins Cup playoff game, and I would have to corroborate that. And here come the Explorers through center. Nick Washko, side of the net, couldn't hang on to it. Tough break for the junior as it comes center point to Tyler Polig. Polig through a crowd, never made it through. Carter Eckberg got in the gap. Eckberg and Kittleberger go D to D, and Kittleberger surveys the play, pulls back, waits for Jeff Gratz to commit, and sends it long for Alavey. Taken over by Eric Bozzi instead, as Alavey tries to lift the stick of the man in the defensive zone. That's Polig, the freshman, on the back check. A mismatch there favoring Peters Township, but they can't get the puck deep. LaSalle will do that instead. Jack McDonough out in front, whiffed on that centering pass attempted by the Explorers. Around the boards it comes now for Cody Thomas, the hero of the Flyers Cup championship game. Eckberg instead is going to take it away for Peters Township for his defensive partner Ben Mountain. Mountain knocked down from behind by Jack McDonough, and the puck comes to McDonough near corner in the early moments of a scoreless first period. 14:40 to go on a running clock. McDonough double teamed by Chad Wyatt and Ben Mountain. And the aforementioned defenseman will come up ahead now, taking that lead pass from Gio Carbonera off his stick, and the Explorers send it right back in. Kittleberger up for Carbonera, a little too far from Matt Emilio, his older brother Mike, a former Peters Township hockey great. And it comes back now to the LaSalle blue line, where Chris Dalfero, the junior, will play it for his partner, sophomore Taylor Smith. Mountain nearly forcing a turnover as it comes long now for Romano. Romano over the line, centering pass, backhand try. Baker at the side of the net makes a toe save on Kevin Charzin. That's a Western PA name if there ever were one, Charzin.
And we've got 2 of them in this game.
We have. And last season and this season we have 2 Gustafsons as well. And it is Harrison Feeney, however, the sophomore, getting the nod over Corbin Gustafson, the junior.
Genetics has always been a fascinating topic to me in hockey. You know, when you look at the NHL level, the Stahl brothers and the Sundins, I mean, so many brother combinations, and we've got a few of those in this game too.
It is flipped into LaSalle territory where it's gloved down by Harrison Baker. Sent up ahead for Jeff Gratz. Kittleberger cleaning it up behind his own net for Evan Opeka, the Peters co-captain, but the Explorers have it deep in the offensive zone. Washko, Albert Washko, that is knocked down. Puck comes out in front of Baker. That's taken away by Kittleberger. Kittleberger, the captain, can shoot the puck if he really wants to, but is known more for his stay-at-home play. Opeka with room, right wing circle. His shot partially blocked, and I think Baker got a piece of that on its way into the net. Opeka sending it deep for Gavin Rebels. Up to Jake DeShiel. The muckers and grinders on here for Rick Tingle. Opeka behind the net, out in front. Oh, funny bounce there, and it's sort of sitting on the goal line, and Feeney finally gets wise to it and covers with 12:54 to play, no score.
Well, in the early stages here, Matt, I don't know if either team has really found their legs yet.
Set to the point, and Ekberg has to wait for his mates to reset as that puck came just over the blue line, and the Explorers come back 3 men strong. But they elect to just dump it in instead of carrying the puck into the attacking zone. And with it in the corner was Cody Thomas, sending it in deep off the boards for Eric Bozzi. Dagnall with it now to Carter Ekberg. Good puck support here by the Indians, getting it back to center, and Dagnall's going to take matters into his own hands. Dagnall for Alavey. Alavey, fan of the shot, has it now, puts it off the body of Feeney, who makes the save, and a penalty coming up behind the play. And this is going to go against the LaSalle Explorers, a high sticking call. And the Peters Township Indians get the first UPMC Sports Medicine power play of the game as Bozzi will sit for 2 minutes. From the doctor's office to the ice rink, UPMC Sports Medicine supports PIHO athletes throughout the season as the league's official medical sponsor. To learn more, call 1-855-93-SPORT or visit upmcsportsmedicine.com. Dagnall dropping for Kittleberger. Cross point to Ekberg. Back for Kittleberger, the captain. He snaps a shot. Feeney doesn't know where it is. It's loose. It's still in front. Alavey firing a toe save by Feeney. That might have hit one of the defensemen as well. Dalfera took up space right in front of the net, and he's trying to work the puck away from Dagnall now. Easier said than done. Dagnall to Alavey. To Kittleberger. Kittleberger for Adam Alavey. Back to Joseph Kittleberger. His shot. Leg save there by Feeney, and a good one. Alavey has the rebound. Up top for Ekberg. For Kittleberger. Kittleberger is met by 2 blue shirts, and here come the Explorers shorthanded, but the lead pass by Colin Gustafson goes awry. Romano going to take it anyway as he's offside. Explorer fans not happy with the call.
They thought it was icing. I thought it was icing too.
So do you.
They thought it was icing. Some of us did too. Okay, effectively, it will be an icing. Yeah. But it does not matter now because the Indians have the faceoff, and here's Opeka splitting the defense but losing the puck. Ekberg in deep. Feeney knocks it aside with 65 seconds left in the UPMC Sports Medicine power play. Kittleberger to Mountain, leading for Carbonera. Goes wide of the LaSalle goal. This will not be icing as it comes up to Kittleberger, and he keeps it in with his glove, but not for long. The Explorers pressing the other way as Nick Washko has it. Washko trying to go down low, but the Indians take it and they come back in transition. Near side for Evan Opeka. Opeka off the glass and in deep. Baker takes it, and it is cleared just barely by Connor Lloyd. Ekberg has some room now down the right side. Ekberg to the goal. He shoots off the side iron. Feeney cutting off the post, and the Explorers clear. Last rush for the Indians on a man advantage. No score, 10:35 first period. Ekberg leading it. As it glances to the stick of Sam Barnes. Alavey with it. Gains the red line, dumps it in. So nothing doing for Peters Township on this UPMC Sports Medicine power play, but they still have the puck. Shot by Gelorowski, misses everything. Kittelberger right there for the rebound. Kittelberger to Dagnall. Dagnall in front, Alavey couldn't take the pass. The Explorers doing a nice job protecting their goaltender Harrison Feeney, and they come back the other way. Centering pass intended for Jeff Gratz, nothing doing. Taylor Smith from the point, loose in front of Baker. And now Sam Barnes over the line for Peters. Alavey between the circles. He nuzzles that nylon! Adam Alavey! You must be daddy! And now it's the West taking their first lead of the day.
Well, Adam Alavey had 20 goals in the regular season, and he's having a pretty good playoff stretch. He just buried that one from downtown behind Harrison Feeney. And the Peters Township Indians are excited. I noticed, Matt, that Rick Tingle has his lucky hat on. So
the
maybe
lucky
that,
tam.
Yeah. His touring cap.
Dagnall, the first Peters Township player in this postseason to record double-digit points. Alavey, his fourth goal of the playoffs. And it was a beaut. In just his second year of varsity hockey, as he is elected to do both high school and travel, as a lot of players do in the West, and he has had quite a junior campaign. Gelorowski pinching for the Indians as they look for a second goal now with 9:11 to play in period one. The Explorers were the ones who got off to the quick start last season, taking a 2-0 lead in the Pennsylvania Cup before North Allegheny scored 6 unanswered, including a pair into empty nets to upset the Explorers, and so they're out for revenge here against the West today.
Yeah, North Allegheny was knocked out kind of early this season, Matt.
Very, very tough field in Class AAA in the West, as it was in the East. All the unpredictability from Class AA seems to have shifted over as this puck is swatted down by a glove. No harm done as Kevin Charzin was crashing the net and trying to look for something cheap to put in behind Baker. DeShiel taken out of the play. Connor Lloyd coming back for LaSalle. Ekberg cutting off his man at center ice. That was Colin Gustafson. And here over the line comes Romano, but LaSalle is offside. Trib Total Media is a proud partner of the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Hockey League and a proud sponsor of Trib Total Media Hockey Night and our live PA Cup coverage on the PIHL Network. Visit them at triblive.com or call 1-800-909-TRIB to subscribe. Trib Total Media, we do things right here. Alavey with speed. Alavey to the goal, had it poked away by Polig. And a lead pass now for one of the Explorers. That's Jeff Gratz in the corner. Taken out of the play by Wyatt. And a turnaround shot on Baker from close range from Gratz is denied by the senior.
Yeah, you're not going to beat Brian Baker straight on without anybody in between you to screen. He's seeing the puck very well today.
Baker with a Herculean effort in the Penguins Cup final, surviving two-man disadvantages against the Bethel Park Blackhawks. And a giveaway there. Oh, and a puck put just wide by Thomas. The Indians, and that's something that they've had to work on down the stretch. Peters Township got into some bad habits toward the end of the season, and they really had to clean up their play in the playoffs after some defensive breakdowns, some lost leads, some bad giveaways. like the one you just saw there. For the most part, they were able to curtail those issues the last couple games, and they're off to a 1-0 lead here today on Adam Alavi's even strength goal. 7 minutes to go, first period, as Muehlbrunner calls for a line change. Ekberg has it for the Indians. Nifty little maneuver there to get around Gratz. A correction, Charzin, and now the Indians will make a change as this puck is sent deep into LaSalle territory. Long lead pass for Connor Lloyd. Lloyd up ahead for Charzin. Charzin to the goal. He ties the game! Pimp that ride! Kevin Charzin. Well, at least this time they shot to the right hand. You don't want to shoot to Brian Baker's glove hand, so Charzin, doing it all by himself, goes blocker. And Joseph Kittelberger angrily grabbing a stick from his own bench as the game is tied at 1, and he is not happy about that play. Charzin, his team leading 4th goal, and Andrew Romano, who you heard as the primary helper there, his team leading 12th point of the Eastern postseason, as a hard collision occurs there between Rebels and Charzin, the goal scorer. And we've got a 1-1 game with just over 6 minutes to play in the first period. Ross and Santa, what's happening?
It was pretty much until that Charzin goal happened there, it was pretty much support on the Western PA end for Peters Township with the early lead, but things all knotted up at once. So I don't know if thoughts are going in the opposite direction now, Matt.
We have seen 2 Eastern teams victorious already, Bayard Ruston and Central Buck South and A and AA respectively by identical 5-2 scores, funnily enough. Alavi over the line. Alavi behind the goal line. Centering pass put just wide of Feeney by Dagnall. Kittelberger to Adam Alavi now. Alavi through a crowd. Feeney saw that at the last moment, but I think so did his defenseman, Colin Gustafson. And this lead pass intended for Gratz is cut off as the Indians reset the play. That one a little too far for Dagnall. LaSalle not going to let it go for icing. Instead, Colin Gustafson will play it from his own circle. Up ahead now, intended for Jack McDonough. Kittelberger there first for Ekberg. Ekberg leading it for Brock Burns. Alavi looking for this puck. Instead, it dies at the feet of Eric Bozzi, who heads the other way for the Explorers. Kittelberger with the giveaway. And Carter Ekberg will have to settle it down for Peters Township. He does, sending it around but not out. Shot through traffic, denied by Baker, up into the protective netting. We'll get a fresh puck and fresh players for both teams with 4:43 to go in the first period.
You know, Matt, we've been talking all day about how terrific this facility is, and of course, how beautiful it is and functional. And they've got the netting behind the goals is so fine it almost looks like a force field.
And here comes Charzin between the circles. In on Baker! Oh, how did he see that one?
Wow.
His glove sure saw it. How many times have we said that this season? I think even John Rubino lost count, and that's saying something. The glove did indeed have eyes. And we remain tied at 1, though not for a lack of effort by Kevin Charzin, as the senior has beaten him once already, nearly a second time. This errant puck conveniently finds the stick of Lloyd. Lloyd dropping for Charzin, but he was too well covered. Charzin worked over by Gelarowski now as the puck is sent up high, and a wrist shot wide of Baker off the back of the net, taken by Polig. The Explorers with some good hop here, with time ticking away in the first period, tied at 1. Fans wanted a cross-checking penalty on Ben Mountain. Not to be, though, as Colin Gustafson has it for LaSalle. In behind the goal line, centering pass, and this shot blocked. Joseph Kittleberger gapping it up as again, Tingle and Muehlbrunner want new players out there for the faceoff. Rebels to take it against Washko. Wrist shot wide of Baker. Oh man. Austin Master nearly mastering one of the premier goaltenders in Pennsylvania there. Funny bounce right to Jake DeShio, and he Murphy dumps it back to center. Near side Chad Wyatt for Jake DeShio, and a penalty coming up on the Explorers as DeShio was indeed hit up high. And for a second time, the Indians go on the UPMC Sports Medicine Power Play. During every athletic season, the UPMC Sports Medicine treats more student athletes than any other sports medicine provider in Western Pennsylvania. To learn more about how they can help you recover from injury and reach your peak performance, call 1-855-93-SPORT or visit upmcsportsmedicine.com. High sticking the indication as the Indians operate on the UPMC Sports Medicine Power Play. Barnes looking for Dagnall. He finds him, who in turn finds Kittleberger. Ekberg the shot, glove save. Harrison Feeney with some nice leather on the other end.
Feeney saying, hey, I got the puck right here. That one's not going in.
Alavey with it. With the offensive zone faceoff, that is, to take against Kevin Charzan, the two goal scorers in this game going at it, and Alavey wins it. Kittleberger from left point deflected in on goal. It's loose. Charzan can't keep it out of there. Feeney covers with Barnes looking for a cheapie. And the underclassman appears to be okay as he adjusts his equipment. 1:33 to go now in the minor high sticking penalty to Gratz, the LaSalle sophomore. Kittleberger keeps it alive. Cross ice to Ekberg. Ekberg for Kittleberger. Kittleberger cranks one. That missed everything. Not sure if Feeney ever saw it, but Kittleberger goes cross ice to Ekberg again. This time it comes outside the zone. The Indians go D to D. 1:15 to go on the UPMC Sports Medicine Power Play. 2:30 to go in the first period as we are tied at 1. Alavey from the boards. Tied up in the corner. Good work down low by Romano in a penalty killing role as Barnes drops for Kittleberger. Kittleberger through a crowd. Never made it through and cleared. Dalfera with good work in front of his Tendy. Ekberg. Near side for Kittleberger. Long lead pass for Alavey. Alavey over the line. Alavey waiting, watching, dropping for Dagnall. Bad pass. And here comes the other way. Connor Lloyd shorthanded. Lloyd's going to have a chance, maybe. Lloyd can't catch up to that puck, though, as the Indians nullify. Good work by Ekberg. And Ekberg has it now for the Indians. Ekberg to the goal. Put it wide. That can happen when it's a defenseman, not a forward, shooting that puck. Although Ekberg has been known to score goals like that every now and then. So a break there for the Explorers after the breakdown at their own blue line.
Yeah, it's one of the few odd man rushes we've seen in this game so far.
Indians 0 for 2 on the UPMC Sports Medicine Power Play. And Ekberg and Carbonera run into each other in neutral ice as the Explorers send the puck deep. Baker settles it for Gelarowski. Gelarowski up, intercepted by McDonough, and put wide of Baker now by Bozzi.
Last minute to play in the first period.
Final minute to play in what has been an interesting first period thus far, and a long way to go in this one at the Pegula Ice Arena. Class AAA Pennsylvania Cup, Indians and Explorers tied at 1. LaSalle getting this puck deep. Near side it comes to Wyatt. Wyatt will ice it, and the Indians will take this opportunity, which you're allowed to do in high school hockey, unlike the pros, to make a line change.
Yeah, Rick Tingle will get some fresh troops out there to close out this last half minute of play here in the first period. It's been a good one, like you said, Matt. It's nice to see the West staying with an Eastern team.
Kittelberger from his own corner for Gelorowski. Gelorowski. And up for now for Gavin Rebels. Dalfera around the boards for Dan Rivera. And Rivera will get it back to center eventually. Gelorowski's long shot, a long dump in rather, intended for DeShiel. DeShiel had trouble playing that puck, so Lloyd will take it as the Indians almost force a dangerous turnover there at the very end of the first period. One period in the books, one goal in the books for either side. The Peters Township Indians won, the LaSalle College High School Explorers won. With Tom Berenger and Ross Insana, Matt Popchuk, more to come from Penn State after this on this special edition of Trib Total Media Hockey Night. It's the PA Cup edition on the PIHL Network.
I grew up here, and it's really important for me to make sure that I stand up for the people of Western Pennsylvania. The work that we do is not to just go out and win awards or make names for ourselves, but it's to go out and actually do things that are going to make this region better and actually help the people who live here. What's the truth? What's honest? What's accurate? Our job in the newsroom is just to tell these stories honestly and accurately so that readers can take the information and go out and make their own decisions.
The Trib. Get it right. Now.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Trib Total Media presents another hockey night on the PIHL Network, featuring scholastic hockey in Western Pennsylvania. Hockey Night is brought to you by Trib Total Media and produced by Rubino Productions.
It's a great day for PIHL hockey.
We welcome you back to the Pegula Ice Arena on the campus of Penn State University in State College, Pennsylvania. And we remind you to stick with us if you're watching live during the ice cut at the end of this period for special highlights of last year's state final voyage by the LaSalle Explorers, in which they met the North Allegheny Tigers of Western PA. And for those of you watching on tape delay, stick around as we will have third period action right around the bend. But first, a second period to play as Alavey drops for Sam Barnes. Alavey, the early goal getter for Peters Township. Kevin Charzin answering right back and almost scoring again right there for the LaSalle Explorers. Ekberg trying to get it up and out. He does finally, as Alavey watches it played the other way. Kittelberger retreating. Kittelberger taken over. That puck bounces in on Baker funnily, and we have a whistle and a stoppage in play. Early substitutions for both teams with 39 seconds gone by in the second period. As the net was dislodged, I believe, behind Brian Baker, so the face-off coming. Oh, this might actually, they might have actually said crease violation, Tom. I beg your pardon.
Yeah, I think that's what happened, Matt. They brought it outside the blue line.
We will be checking back in with Ross Insana, our social media reporter, momentarily. In the meantime, it's Gelorowski going to his defensive partner, Chad Wyatt. Gio Carbonera playing it as Nick Washko is on him. And a penalty coming up.
Yeah, that's a boarding call.
And this one is also going to go against the Explorers, and now Albert Washko, the freshman, will feel shame for 2 minutes and then get free. Another UPMC Sports Medicine power play for the Indians. Can they make the third time the charm? From the doctor's office to the ice rink, UPMC Sports Medicine supports PIHL athletes throughout the season as the league's official medical sponsor. To learn more, call 1-855-93-SPORT or visit upmcsportsmedicine.com. Ross, what's up?
Well, continuing the the cheering for the Peters Township Indians. Score tied 1-1. Cody Lemp from Baldwin Hockey supporting them, wanting Peters Township to win the championship, to not have the Eastern PA sweep, as we've touched on. And Nick Skoron, he's from West Allegheny, and he's giving a shout out to the Peters Township players, hoping they get their well-deserved state championship. And at PIHL Network on Twitter, use the hashtags PA Cup or PIHL. Back to you, Matt.
Thank you, Ross. Kittleberger from the point. In on goal save made. Rebound. Barnes couldn't put it in. Dagnall couldn't reach it. Oh, he had a wide open cage to work with as Kittleberger puts it wide. They might not get a better chance than that. And here come the Explorers shorthanded. Charzin over the line, trying to outrace Ekberg. He does, but Ekberg puts him into the boards cleanly. Ekberg again, and now Ekberg took a penalty, I think. The first time was clean, the second time was not.
Yeah, he got his stick up high, unfortunately. I don't think it was intentional, but the 2 minutes he'll spend in the sin bin will be regardless of his intent.
4-on-4 hockey for 69 seconds, then an abbreviated UPMC Sports Medicine power play to the Explorers in a 1-1 game, 15-12 to go, second period. Alavey against Romano in the face-off circle to the left of Brian Baker, the Peters Township keeper. And Rodney Martin corroborating Tom Berenger as Harrison Feeney makes a nice glove save on the other end. Peters Township with some good puck movement on that power play as long as it lasted, but the Explorers getting a little bit of puck luck as the Indians were unable to net that go-ahead goal. Baker, the defenseman, behind his own goal line, off the boards to Kevin Charzin. Charzin 1-on-2 with Dagnall trailing the play, dropping for Romano. Romano through the circle. Romano out in front, centering pass broken up, and here comes Alavey the other way shorthanded. Alavey drifting toward the middle. Alavey makes the move. Alavey couldn't hang on to the puck, but he has it now for the Indians. Cross ice to Gelarowski. Gelarowski rocks and fires, and that was blocked right in front by Polig. Kittleberger trying to get it into the LaSalle zone. He does. Can't get it deep, though, and the Explorers come the other way, 4-on-4. Romano overtaken by Gelarowski, and the Indians, give them credit, they've done a good job on him, the top gun for LaSalle thus far. Shot into the glove of Baker, and boy, Brian Baker,
he saw that one all the way.
He loves to make that look easy, even though you and I both know it's not.
Yeah, when somebody's firing a hard piece of rubber at your head at 80 to 100 miles an hour, no, it can't possibly be easy.
The mask helping him see that rubber, perhaps.
I'm sure it was. I'm sure that mask is probably got, I don't know, Ross, maybe the mask has its own Twitter account?
It will by the end of the year, regardless, I'm sure.
I thought Tweety was a yellow bird. I don't know.
Emilio off the blocker of Harrison Feeney. Early moments of the second period, an abbreviated UPMC Sports Medicine power play for the Explorers as we remain tied at 1. Puck goes around the boards deep in Peters Township territory, and it comes to right point for Chris Dalfera. Matt Emilio working him over. Emilio lifting the stick, but the puck is taken by Jeff Gratz. Gratz to the circle. Centering pass for Gratz. Gratz can't find it, nor can the Indians as it's wristed wide. Washko from a bad angle, taken by Kittleberger. Couldn't get it out. Good glove by Dalfera. Ekberg back on, trying to rejoin the play as this puck hits off Emilio and goes to the corner. Good cycle here by the Explorers. Out in front it comes. Baker ready. Explorers trying it in front again as Baker covers again. That was Nick Washko trying to run the backdoor play, and the Indians a little testy about that.
Yeah, we've got some extracurricular activity going on there. I don't think the net was the only casualty of that play.
12:58 to go to the ice cut, and we remain tied at 1, and we are back for the time being to 5-on-5 as they readjust the net behind Baker. Face off to the seniors left. Rebels to take it against Bozzi. And Rebels comes away with the win. Around the boards to Evan Opeka. To Eckberger comes now just out of the sin bin. And it's sent deep by LaSalle's Harrison Baker. 1 of 5. Make that 6 freshmen on Wally Muehlbrunner's 13-14 club. Sent deep by Eckberg. Feeney plays it to his left. Rebels creates the collision. Carbonera creates the takeaway.
Yeah, that was an interesting observation by one of our followers on Twitter there, as Ross was reading earlier, that this may in fact be Peter's last chance because of the seniors they're losing and because of the number of players that LaSalle is keeping in this AAA division. This could be their last opportunity to win a state title for a while.
Eckberg with a nice opportunity there, cutting down the right wing side, and Rick Tingle has not been shy about taking the reins off the defenseman and letting the horses run, but Feeney makes another glove save. Alavey to take the draw against Connor Lloyd. Lloyd wins it, or Alavey wins it rather, to Barnes. Kittleberger fakes a shot and he scores! He loves Lamp! Joe Kittleberger, the captain, makes it happen, and the Indians take back the lead with 12 to play in the second.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is the West leading this game?
Again. Get a whistle, Craig. 2-1 Peters Township Indians. Joseph Kittleberger, the captain, he's a defenseman who can shoot the puck too, and he's not shy about doing it. And he just whizzes one by Harrison Feeney to help the Indians jump back out in front.
Indians goal scorer number 6, Joseph Kittleberger. Assistant number 87, Jonathan Pegula, and number 26, Galuski, technical 502.
Charzin. Oh, funny bounce out in front. That almost went off a skate, and that might have counted had it gone behind Baker. Sam Barnes the other way. Right wing side. Barnes from a bad angle shoots on Feeney, who makes the easy save from mid-range. Alavey getting this puck deep to the corner. The Indians going right back to the well. Here's Dagnall dropping for Kittleberger. Kittleberger through a crowd and wide of Feeney. Side of the net it comes. Feeney trying to cover, and he does for an own zone faceoff with 11:09 to play. Joseph Kittleberger, his first of the postseason, and perhaps none bigger.
And Matty, Dagnall has got another helper on this goal. He's factored in on both Peters Township goals in this game, continuing what he started in the last round.
Kittleberger off the draw, through a crowd. This one didn't make it through, and the Indians will have to play this puck carefully as Gelarowski waits for his mates to get on side. The Explorers reversing the play as it comes near side to Polig. Polig from his own circle, crossing with defensive partner Colin Gustafson. And it's sent the length, no icing. Baker leaves his net to play it, but the Explorers are the first to the puck. Nick Washko, near corner. Kittleberger gets a step on him. Barnes trying to get it up and out. He can't. Kittleberger's going to try his hand. And Kittleberger hits the brakes and finds his man Gelarowski in the corner as Barnes couldn't get it out of the zone either. A little bit of sloppy own zone play here by the Indians. The Explorers still have it. Walshko out in front. Cleared away by Gelarowski. This is long enough for icing, but not necessarily a bad icing. But it's not going to be icing because
they were dogging it.
Well, and luckily for the Indians, Tom, the puck died just a couple of feet before it crossed the goal line. And it has to completely cross said line, otherwise it's not icing. For those of you novice fans. Loose in front again. Hard slapper through a crowd. Baker had that. Oh my goodness.
Oh, don't go after the goaltender, son.
Keenan Whitmer taking exception to something that happened to Brian Baker as the LaSalle Explorers taking the liberty to tell Baker the score in the Flyers game earlier today.
You know, Matt, this game has kind of a special meaning to me as well because Keenan Whitmer is among the students that this is. He's the last of the class of kids that I got a chance to coach when they were peewees, and so now once this class leaves, then I won't have any of my kids, so to speak, left.
An empty nest for head coach Tom Berenger. There you go. And Whitmer, Whitmer's one of those unsung heroes that you need to win championships. And last season, in the Penguins Cup semifinal, he broke a scoreless tie with State College, and his goal proved to be the game winner as the Indians won that game and went on to play for the Penguins Cup. So, good place to score one of your only goals.
Well, and I'm sure he's long since forgotten about it, but Keenan Whitmer was the reason for my one and only suspension as a coach back in the day. I'll have to share that with you off camera.
Please do. That's from the mild-mannered Tom Berenger. That's a story I gotta hear.
Who would believe it?
I wouldn't. Charzin knocked down. Puck bouncing up in the air. Baker covers. And he holds for a face-off with the 9:09 to play in the second. The Indians under some pressure now, trying to hold on to that 2-1 lead.
I wish we had a microphone down there on the ice, Matty, because I'm getting the sense that there's a lot of chirping going on right now between these two teams, and Brian Baker right in the middle of it.
I can't imagine.
Yeah, well, yeah. Emily Post never played hockey.
No, she didn't. What about Ann Landers?
Oh, yeah, she was really good, yeah.
Joseph Kittelberger, who has the go-ahead goal thus far for the Indians, went to Ekberg, and Ekberg tried to go to Emilio, but the pass was too hard. No icing. Carbonera plays it in the corner for Peters Township. Ekberg off the blocker of Feeney. It's loose, and it's picked up by Dalfera. Up ahead now for Kevin Charzin. Charzin dropping
nice drop
for Romano. It was a nice drop pass, and this shot goes through a crowd and off a body wide of Brian Baker. The Explorers with a good forecheck here, trying to tie the game. And oh, Baker! No soup for you! I think that glove just broke the sound barrier.
It very well may have. That was a snap of leather. We're not going to get a chance to hear from up here. And we had some activity behind the play, too, but it looks like the referees have it all sorted out. Nobody's the worse for wear.
Ross, are they chirping on Twitter or tweeting, I guess, would be the equivalent?
I don't see chirping, but you know what I do see, Matt? I see two instances where you have fans with your not only your goal calls, but your call at the end of that AA final. So you're getting a little bit popular here on the Twitterverse, especially we've mentioned him before, Thomas Clark, netminder for Connellsville. He loved your goal call in the Peters Township goal, mentioning that he loves Lamp making that Anchorman reference. So round of applause for you, Matt.
Thank you, Ross, and a round of applause for you as well. You've been doing great work down there and up here, for that matter, all day long. Ross and Santa, our social media Brian Fantana, if you will.
News team, assemble!
It is quite a news team indeed, as Rebels comes over the line and fires it wide of Harrison Feeney. Boss to the corner. Well, if I can unite Pittsburgh and Philadelphia, then I really am a master of human relations.
Oh, that's just not going to happen. No.
I agree with Tom there. There's no chance you're gonna unite those two sides of the state. That's no deal.
But I dream.
Yeah, I don't think there's a more vitriol battle between cities than between Pittsburgh and Philadelphia. I'm going to hold my opinions to myself, though.
That, if there ever were one, is a rivalry. I will agree with both of you on that. Near side it comes, and the Explorers enter the zone as Baker kicks it aside, and the rebound comes right to Kittelberger. Convenient bounce there for the Indians, as the Explorers were almost able to get something going off the second chance, and a lead pass a little too far for Sam Barnes. That's a break for LaSalle.
You know, puck luck is not something that Rick Tingle is familiar with. I imagine he might be enjoying this today.
Brian Baker, and he certainly can corroborate what you just said, gave up an own goal, essentially, that cost him the Penguins Cup final in 2013. So great to see players like that who keep fighting and get those tough breaks, finally get some good breaks, as Baker, of course, prevailed in this year's Penguins Cup Championship. Dagnall on one hand, out in front, loose, shot, oh, Alevy! That close! Dagnall has the rebound for Adam Alevy. Alevy, with his back to the play, finds Ekberg. Ekberg just trying to get it deep for Dagnall. Dagnall has it, protecting the puck for Barnes, but he had his pocket picked by Dane Rivera. A correction, that's Connor Lloyd doing work deep in his own zone.
Matt, I don't know much about Twitter, but I do get text messages, and the message I just got tells me that the Penguins have beaten the Tampa Bay Lightning today in overtime.
And we salute them for letting us use their building last week for the 2014 Penguins Cup Championships, and we salute Penn State men's and women's hockey for letting us do the same here today. 5:40 to go to the ice cut at Pegula Ice Arena, the brand new facility here on Penn State's main campus in State College. And the Peters Township Indians lead the LaSalle Explorers 2-1, and the Indians, if they are careful here, are going on to UPMC Sports Medicine power play. That did not look pretty.
Yeah, this another one of these plays that could go a number of ways. Cross-checking, boarding, high-sticking, hitting from behind, whatever. It was an improper hit, and number 16, Mr. Connor Lloyd's going to have 2 minutes to think about the error of his ways. Oh, interference. Let him off easy on that one.
They did. I would have to agree. Lloyd's played a really nice game defensively, I think, cleaning up messes in his own zone, but that was a messy play right there, and not a good penalty to take with your team down by a goal. Alevy against Nick Washko in the faceoff circle. Alevy wins it and pushes it to the point for Kittleberger, but it's taken over by the Explorers and cleared. Bozzy going after this puck shorthanded as Baker plays it away. Kittleberger in the corner, taken by Bozzy. And the Explorers still pressuring here as now the Indians do regain possession of the puck. Long lead pass now for Sam Barnes. Barnes one-on-one. Barnes dropping for Dagnall. Dagnall, wrister, save, rebound! That just bounced behind Barnes' stick. If it did not, it would have been an easy goal for Barnes. Ekberg after this one. Bozzy hit it in the corner as he's interfered with shorthanded right in front of the referee, and that should have been a penalty arguably against the Indians. Not called. Yep. Dagnall, near side for Alevy. Sorry, Tom.
No, it's quite all right. I was only going to disagree slightly because it looked like the LaSalle player grabbed onto the Peters player and wouldn't let him go right away. So I don't know. We'll have to go to the instant replay to figure that one out.
We do not have that luxury today. We have a lot of other luxuries, though, here in Media Row.
I'm going to name my next kid Pegula. Well, okay, there won't be a next kid, but
what about Terry?
I have a brother, Terry, but
okay.
But we've said it time and time again. A great facility, and courtesy of the benefactor.
Oh, that went off the side of the net. Indian fans thought it went behind Harrison Feeney. Something of a tease there as we have 50 to go on the UPMC Sports Medicine power play. And here's a chance the other way and putting it off the iron.
Oh, I'd like to see that one again.
Albert Washko, that close, finding metal but not mesh as another of the Indians go down. That's Alevy. The Indians have conceded some opportunities in deep on this man advantage to the Explorers, and Washko might have another one. He has it for LaSalle out in front. It's taken by Dagnall. Indians really have to be more careful with that puck. Under 4 to go in the period. Dagnall trying to make his move. He still has it. Dagnall staying with the puck, teeing it up for Kittleberger. Kittleberger shot it, took a LaSalle bounce, and came outside the zone. 10 seconds to go on the UPMC Sports Medicine power play. Gelarowski pulling back around the boards for Alevy.
And that penalty's over.
Opeka over the line with room down the right side. He shoots. That's blocked by Harrison Baker. Near corner it comes. Baker again. Long lead pass. And taken in flight by Kevin Charzan, who drops it. Centering play. Oh, that one put just wide of Baker. That was Charzan, I think, on the follow. Gavin Rebels with it now. 2-on-1 possibly with the shield. Back to Rebels. Pass broken up and swatted out with the glove by Taylor Smith.
It was a great defensive play by Taylor.
The sophomore with a huge one. Here comes Romano. He's taken out of the play, and the Indians clear it with 2:50 to go to the ice cut. Baker settles it down. Gilorowski has to hustle, and he does. Ekberg for DeShiel. DeShiel can't get it out of his own zone. Ekberg will try, and he does. Explorers go D to D. And this one goes off the body of Romano, and it's taken by Opeka, sent up ahead to DeShiel. DeShiel 1-on-3 will just get it deep, and Tingle wants to change lines here late in the period. Colin Gustafson, long lead pass for Charzan. Romano trailing the play, men at the blue line. More traffic by the Indians defensively. Brock Burns taken out of the play as the Explorers send it around their own boards. Waiting for it is Jack McDonough. He gets it up and out, but not far. Here's Brock Burns again. Burns shooting into the glove of Feeney, who holds with under 2 minutes to go.
That's some second and third line players I don't think we've seen yet in Burns and a couple of the other guys. Number 85's out there, Andrew Stroud. Players that normally don't get a whole lot of playing time, but perhaps Tingle is resting some of his big guns.
Whitmer to take it against Bozzi. And Whitmer pushes it toward the goal, and it's covered again by Feeney. We'll do it again. Same spot, same time, same channel. And now Bozzi waved out. Cody Thomas has to take it. Whitmer pushes it to the corner. The Explorers control it. And there's a hit by one of the Indians deep. That's Andrew Stroud coming on here late. The senior forward. As the Explorers go D to D with 1:35 to go. Peters Township holding on to a 2-1 lead. Here's Bozzi putting one wide of Baker. Burns hit from behind. Wyatt behind the Peters Township goal, off the boards, not quite out. Bouncing puck off the side of the net. Close call there behind Baker. Wyatt reversing the play to Carter Ekberg. Good decision there as the Indians had a little bit more support on that side of the ice. Burns getting it inside the zone. And here's a centering pass now for Washko. Washko knocked down from behind. Penalty coming up against Peters Township. And the Indians still haven't touched the puck. Baker gets a piece of this one. The net is dislodged behind the Peters Township goaltender. And now finally they do cease play. So a UPMC Sports Medicine power play coming the way of LaSalle that, barring unforeseen developments, will carry into the third period. And it's Whitmer going off, Tom.
I didn't teach him that.
I believe you. Kittleberger off the faceoff gets it deep. Feeney had to make a save on that. 42 seconds left in the period. The Explorers looking for a late equalizer. Here comes Romano building speed. Barnes takes him over, but can't find the puck. Romano keeps on keeping on. Romano to the goal side of the net. Oh, he had Charzan on the left side of the doorstep. Couldn't finish. Delfera for Charzan. Charzan, side of the net. Ooh. Baker the save. Beautiful. And a great one at that on Romano. And now it does come outside the zone. Delfera with 10 seconds to go retreats. Sam Barnes up ahead of the play watching him. Romano has to hurry. Romano leading it for Charzan. Charzan over the line. Baker kicks it out of there with 1 second to go. And that'll be that. Joseph Kittleberger's goal is the difference. How much of a difference will it make? We shall see. Through 2 at the Pegula Ice Arena on Penn State's campus in State College, Pennsylvania. Your score: the Peters Township Indians 2, the LaSalle Explorers 1. Matt Popshock here reminding you that Trib Total Media is a proud partner of the PIHL and a proud sponsor of live PA Cup coverage on the PIHL network. Visit them at triblive.com or call 1-800-909-TRIB to subscribe. Trib Total Media, we do things right here.
At Trib Total Media, we're relentless in seeking and reporting the truth. We ask the tough questions and never give up until we uncover the complete story, and then report it to you, accurately. Sure, we lean to the right with our editorial opinions, but when it comes to hard news, we're right down the middle. The Trib. Conservative views, objective news. Get it right. Now.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Trib Total Media presents another hockey night on the PIHL Network, featuring scholastic hockey in Western Pennsylvania. Hockey Night is brought to you by Trib Total Media and produced by Rubino Productions.
It's a great day for PIHL hockey.
Back here at the Pegula Ice Arena on Penn State's main campus, right here in State College, Pennsylvania, the Peters Township Indians clinging to a 2-1 lead over the LaSalle College High School Explorers. And Ross and Santa, our social media reporter extraordinaire, has some more... Yes, intrepid indeed. Has some more shout-outs, including one from a LaSalle hockey alumnus.
Yeah, Matt. I was actually walking along the main concourse not too long ago. Ran into Penn State men's hockey defenseman Connor Varley. We are here in the home of the Penn State men's hockey team here at Pegula Ice Arena, and men's hockey team coming off a tough 2-1 loss to the Wisconsin Badgers in the Big Ten hockey semifinals. And Varley is a LaSalle Explorers alum, played 2 years under the tutelage of the Explorers hockey program, so he's a part of that dynasty that you've been talking about so often in this game, Matt. So he's here to support his alma mater. He played there 2 years before he went off into juniors, so a Penn State men's hockey player here to support his former high school team.
And what a run they have been on. 4 consecutive Flyers Cup championships, looking for their 4th Pennsylvania Cup championship since 2007. They were winners in 08, 09, and 12. They also won one back in 1998. But this Peters Township club has proven to be, as we thought it would be, Tom Berenger, a formidable opponent. And Brian Baker is dialed in again for the Indians through 2 periods, and his defensemen have been playing well in front of him. In fact, one of them even has the go-ahead goal in this game.
Yeah, there's no doubt Baker's seeing beach balls today, which is great. The very talented goalie and his amazingly quick glove have been a big help to the Peters Township club, and like you said, their defense has been solid. Not to take anything away from LaSalle, they're playing a good game, but I'm feeling Peters in this period. I don't know that that's nothing more than gut speculation, but I think we're in for probably one of the better periods of hockey we've seen all day.
And all season, you would think, for that matter, because after this, essentially, there is no more hockey season. But we will be back to the RMU Island Sports Center in April, the 10th through the 14th, for the 2014 USA Hockey Americas Showcase. You'll be able to catch live coverage of that as Trib Total Media Hockey Night rises like a phoenix from the ashes and returns as we follow the exploits of Team Pittsburgh and many, many more coming in from all over the country. Lots of college scouts.
Yeah, that's a great event. I've had the privilege of working that several times now. That is incredible how far they draw players and teams from California, from Florida, Texas. I mean, it's amazing to see the popularity of hockey around the country. I think we're spoiled because it's so popular here, but I get inspired when I see teams coming from far away like that, especially some warm weather climates where they have to go to greater lengths to make ice, and they can't just flood their backyards.
And a lot of these LaSalle College high school players, no strangers to such experiences, really wherever you're from. A lot of these kids are kids who have dedicated their life to this sport. None more than Coach Wally Muehlbrunner, who's trying to get his team back into this game. The Explorers, used to seeing adversity before. Again, they took care of Cardinal O'Hara in mercy roll fashion in the Flyers Cup playoffs, then defeated Holy Ghost Prep in double overtime, then rallied from 3 goals down to defeat St. Joseph's Prep in single overtime for the right to play here today. Peters Township defeated Seneca Valley in the Penguins Cup quarterfinals. then dominated Penn Trafford in the Penguins Cup semifinals before hanging on for that hard-fought win over Bethel Park at Consol Energy Center in the Penguins Cup final. Your scoring summary: Adam Alavey got the party started, 7:18 into the first period from Sam Barnes and Jonathan Dagnall. Kevin Charzan answering 3 minutes later for LaSalle. 1-1 through 1 in period 2. Joseph Kittleberger, the captain, scoring from the left side, as set up by Jonathan Dagnall and Zach Gelarowski 5 minutes into the second period, and that is where we stand right now. Shots even at 21 apiece, and it has been that kind of game, very back and forth, but it's the Indians by 1. And we want to thank one more time the Penn State men's and women's programs for letting us use their facility here, the Pegula Ice Arena, and give the men's program a special shout out for a fine 2013-2014 season, their first in this building. And special hello to all our PIHL friends, former PIHL players who play for Robert Morris. They had a big win last night, and they'll be playing for the AHA Championship, so good luck to the Kerns. Ross, there's some more people we have to thank as well.
Yeah, Chris Whittemore, rink manager here at Pegula Ice Arena, has been a phenomenal help for us here, so a shout out goes for him and everything that he has done here at Pegula Ice Arena, not only with helping us out today for all 3 of these broadcasts, but to help maintain, as we've mentioned tons of times here during this broadcast, this phenomenal multi-million-dollar facility, thanks to those Terry and Kim Pegula people that donated the money, or we wouldn't even be here for this game.
Indeed, you're right. Thank you, Ross. And we are ready for period 3, the last period of the competitive interscholastic hockey season in the state of Pennsylvania. The Commonwealth Cold War has 17 more miles left. What kind of shots will be fired? We'll see.
Well, Peters is going to try to kill off this penalty and then get back to their game. They haven't been the greatest at finishing games in the third period, but I think the motivation might carry them over.
And Baker makes a quick save right off the hop there to begin the third period. The Explorers begin it on a UPMC Sports Medicine power play. Charzan in front, puts it wide of the Peters senior. And Matt Emilio is blasted into his own bench, but he's malleable. He gets right back up after getting that puck deep as Tingle changes penalty killers. Andrew Romano with speed into the offensive zone. Romano right wing side. Couldn't dangle around the captain as the net is knocked off its moorings. And let's see where this face-off comes.
That was weird, man. It's almost like Connor Lloyd fell into Brian Baker, knocking both Baker and the net cattywampus.
They say crease violation, which means face-off outside the Indian zone. A break for them on the penalty kill here. Early moments of the third period, leading 2-1. And the face-off controlled by Kevin Charzan, pushed to the boards by Alavey, who finishes what he started. Harrison Feeney from the far corner gets it right to Carter Ekberg, who sends it right back in on Feeney, who had to cradle that puck from long range. Andrew Romano, cross-ice pass. And he hits Connor Lloyd in motion. Lloyd from a bad angle. That took a bounce and went wide of Baker. And the Indians clear it again as it went past the diving Harrison Baker. And Keenan Whitmer is set free. Chris Dalfera gaining speed. LaSalle really moving well and moving the puck well on this freshly cut ice. The Indians creating a traffic jam, though, to the left of Brian Baker, and this lead pass finds Jonathan Dagnall. Dagnall for Alavey. Alavey whiffed on that one. Instead, he just sends it around the corner. Dagnall anticipating, gets tied up, protects the puck for Sam Barnes. Barnes was overtaken, and now the other way comes Charzan. Charzan right up the gut. but was poke checked. And here's Dagnall now for Peters Township. Alevy, trailing the play to clean up that mess. Alevy for Dagnall. Dagnall, fan on the wrist shot. Dagnall puts it in on Feeney now as it goes to the side of the net. It's sent up, not quite out. Gelarowski off the boards. Barnes trying to do something with that one. Poling controls it from his own circle, and now we'll get it up ahead to Cody Thomas. Thomas trying to tee it up. He can't. Jack McDonough has it, and it's taken away by Gelarowski, but still not cleared. Kittelberger watches the puck sail around the corner. Gelarowski to the opposite corner now as he's run into by one of the Explorers. That was McDonough, I think. And now one of the Indians dumped behind the play, and the net dislodged.
I'm not sure the referees realized it yet.
Now Baker will realign the cage with the help from this USA Hockey crew. And he's ready to go for the faceoff, as is Gavin Rebels, who pushes it just outside the Peters Township blue line. Sent back in. Dana Rivera out here for the Explorers. Loose puck in the slot area, retrieved by Gelarowski. Gelarowski ices this puck. Oh no, they wave it off. I saw an arm raised because Gelarowski, it didn't look like he had the red line all the way, but in any event, we played on. Rebels can't keep it in. And this one might be icing. No, it's waved off again as the puck just kind of dies at the feet of Brian Baker. Ekberg off a LaSalle body and back to center. Rebels was overtaken as the Explorers go D to D. Gelarowski leading it now for Gio Carbonera. That pass just a little too far, and Gelarowski will take matters into his own hands now as he shoots one right into Feeney's stomach. He's got to be feeling that one.
Yeah, that one's going to leave a mark.
13:31 to go in regulation. Peters Township 2, LaSalle 1. Face-off coming to Harrison Feeney's right. It's won cleanly by the Explorers as Harrison Baker helps get it back to center. Ekberg pulling back for the Indians. Off the red line and sent all the way in by Gio Carbonera. Harrison Baker around a man, and the Explorers again get it back to neutral ice. Carbonera off a body of a LaSalle forward and taken now over the line by Nick Washko. Loose puck right circle. The Explorers have it. Washko, though, can't catch up to it as the Indians come ahead 3 men strong. Ben Mountain in deep after his own dump in. Mountain with his front to Tyler Pulig's back forces a turnover, and the Indians play it carefully off a LaSalle stick, and a hit from behind on one of the Indians now. No penalty called, and here come the Explorers in transition. Baker knocks that one aside. Nifty move there by Gratz, better save by Baker. Kittelberger, near side, lead pass. Emilio couldn't take it. No icing. Indians completing a line change. Charzan up for Romano. Romano's got space. Indians have to be careful. Slapper! Brian Baker!
No problem. No problem.
He's into leather.
Ooh.
And you know what, Matt? We'll actually go to Twitter now that you bring up Brian Baker. Troy Double, a Butler hockey player, mentions that if you get one past Brian Baker in the third period, make sure to keep the puck because it doesn't happen often. So I'll just leave it at that for you, Matt.
I think most would second what Troy Double just said. And Butler, a great goal scorer and great worker and workmanlike player all around for the Golden Tornado, so he would know. Mikey Gettner, his coach, by the way, will be coaching Team Pittsburgh, who we just talked about a short while ago, as the Indians are guilty of icing this time with 11:43 to play.
For those of you tuning in here on the PIHL network in this LaSalle and Peters Township Class AAA Pennsylvania Cup. Make sure to follow us on Twitter for live updates at PIHL Network, and also use the hashtags PA Cup and PIHL. Back to you, Matt.
Thank you, Ross. And off the face-off, it's the Indians' Gilorowski controlling behind his goaltender, Brian Baker. Looks for an outlet and thought he saw one in Jake DeShiel. Instead, this is going to be another icing call against the Indians, though it looked like it hit something on its way to the corner.
I think it hit a hashtag.
Is that even possible?
I don't know, Ross. You tell me, buddy. I'm not even sure what a hashtag is, although I have one on my phone.
Well, there. See, you know what it is, at least.
Like hashtag PA Cup, for example.
There you go, Matt.
So we can all join the conversation. Turnaround try. Baker, though this time that was a little bit easier. Still, he is impressive with that glove hand, and I'll never get tired of saying it. I mean, he makes it look so easy. Fastest glove in the West, Brian Baker watching the face-off to his left. 11:25 to play in the game. Peters Township leading 2-1. Centering pass broken up. That was intended for Jack McDonough, and here comes Jake DeShiel with Evan Opeka down the middle. DeShiel to the opposite corner. Opeka wasn't quite sure what DeShiel wanted to do with that, I don't think. And here the other way, counterattacking, comes Cody Thomas. Kittelberger plays it off the bounce for DeShiel. DeShiel pinned against his own boards. The Explorers trying to win this battle and get something loose near side. Rebels helping out as captain, and Kittelberger has it for the Indians. Ekberg to Opeka, and Opeka patiently waits for his teammates to gather and gets it to DeShiel. Line change for the Explorers with 10:38 to go in the third. And here come the Explorers. Albert Washko over the line. That was blocked by Kittelberger. Jeff Gratz behind the net. Loose in front. It comes to Colin Gustafson. Gustafson spinning around. Gustafson makes a move. He puts it through traffic. That missed everything. Opeka couldn't catch up to it. Good pressure here by LaSalle. Pulling through a crowd, but not all the way through that crowd. Ekberg now 2-on-2 with Mountain. Ekberg pulls up. Ekberg watching off the side of the net, and it's trapped against the side of the net. Oh, boy. Harrison Feeney, got to be careful there.
Yeah, you can't put it in from the side, but it can squeak in without your even knowing it.
10 minutes to go in regulation. I'm feeling the goosebumps up here. I can't imagine what these teams are going through.
Yeah, it's got to be nerve-wracking knowing that they're this close.
And still a one-goal game. Face-off won by Emilio to Gio Carbonera to Matt Emilio. Matt Emilio taken down. Play continues. Mountain couldn't keep it alive. Emilio will try. He is taken down again by Connor Lloyd. Mountain trying to pry it loose. He can't. Lloyd wins the battle, and Romano flips it up ahead. In pursuit is Charzan. Charzan to the goal, drew a penalty, and goes right into Baker, who hit his head off that crossbar. And Baker is shaken up. We're going to get one penalty, at least. Let us see if we get two. That's what the Indians, I think, are trying to argue, that someone ran Baker after the play was over, and Brian Baker's just trying to collect himself right now. Carter Ekberg, the guilty party. Not the worst penalty to take in that situation, but still.
16.
And Connor Lloyd is receiving medical attention, I believe. He just got up a minute ago over on the LaSalle side of the rink. The building EMS going back between the benches. So two men shaken up on the play. And right now it looks like Ekberg has the only penalty.
This game and this sport, not for the timid. You see hits like that, and Hopefully Baker and the LaSalle player affected will have a chance to shake the cobwebs out.
And so if Baker and the Indians can survive this third period, he will be a true champion, as if he weren't already.
Holding, time penalty 7:27. That's Eckberg of the Indians, 2 minutes.
A UPMC Sports Medicine power play for the Explorers, who are offside. Kevin Charzan didn't get back in time. Alevy against Lloyd. Alevy wins it, but he can't get the puck all the way deep. The Explorers cradling it defensively, and they send it long now for Albert Washko. And icing is called. Well, this will drive any coach nuts, especially when you're trailing and
you try to
it's the last period of your season. Alevy to take the faceoff, and he pushes it to the boards, allowing Del Ferra to gain possession for LaSalle. And Andrew Romano has it in the corner, dropping for Chris Del Ferra, the defenseman. Lead pass now for Washko. Albert Washko taken out of the play by Kittelberger. Kittelberger off the boards, not quite out. Charzan kept it in with the body from the point. Through a crowd, it's knocked aside by Baker. Off the shot by Del Ferra. Gilorowski in the corner. Bumps him in from behind. That's Connor Lloyd. Puck comes near side now. 1:11 to go in the UPMC Sports Medicine power play. Charzan side of the net for Connor Lloyd. Lloyd to the point and just out. Oh, a break there for Peters. Del Ferra had trouble with the centering pass. And Dagnall is going to come the other way, maybe with a chance shorthanded, but it's broken up. Good work there by Del Ferra on the back end. And now Dagnall and Alevy have to scramble to get back into the play. Here come the Explorers. Charzan couldn't get a clean shot away, and Dagnall can't get it all the way out. Hard shot, kicked aside by Baker. And Alevy runs into his own man trying to clear the puck. The Indians have to settle down here. The Explorers are coming. And a steal now by Alevy. Alevy has a chance shorthanded. Alevy to the goal. Save made, but he drew a penalty.
Yes, he did.
And we may get a penalty shot. We are going to get a penalty shot.
Saw the sign, yeah.
Adam Alevy is going to have a penalty shot in the Pennsylvania Cup final, and maybe the way this game is going, Tom, can put it away. Maybe.
This could be the defining moment of this game. Alevy's, as we said before, a 20-goal scorer in the season. He knows how to put the puck behind the netminder, and none of his goals are going to be factored to be bigger than this one potential goal right here, right now in this state championship. We've got a little under 8 minutes to go. And Adam Alevy's going to get set up with that biscuit sitting at the center ice line inside that Nittany Lion head. And here we go.
Adam Alevy, can he make it a 2-goal lead with 7:56 left in regulation? Feeney has played a remarkable game between the pipes for LaSalle.
Penalty to number 10 from LaSalle, Andrew Romano. Penalty shot awarded to number 80, Adam Alevy.
There's the whistle, and here's Alevy. Alevy right down the middle. Alevy to the goal. Save made! He made a move, but he didn't make enough of one, and Feeney read it well.
Yeah, Feeney had that one dialed in all the way. Alevy perhaps not a strong shootout-type shooter, but nonetheless, Coach Tingle elected to take the penalty shot rather than the rather than shortening the LaSalle bench.
And you can't blame him. Sometimes you just gotta. Sometimes you just gotta play the percentages and hope that it works out. It didn't for Peters Township, but they have an offensive zone face-off at least if they can do something with it. But Polig has this for the Explorers. I'll mark that one down for sure. Gratz over the line. Gratz. Poke check by Kittelberger. Resets to the point. Waning moments of the man advantage. Here's Gustafson. Couldn't shoot it. Gustafson through a crowd again as it bounces to the point. The Explorers still pressing. And Peters Township is at full strength as Barnes gets it up and out, and this will be icing. 7:25 left in the third. Trib Total Media is a proud partner of the PIHL and proud sponsor of Trib Total Media Hockey Nights live PA Cup coverage on the PIHL network. Visit them online at triblive.com. Call 1-800-909-TRIB to subscribe. Trib Total Media, we do things right here. LaSalle controls it. It's off a foot, and DeShiel might have a chance if he can hustle. Jake DeShiel with it, but he's poke checked. And a neat play there by Dalfara. Indians take it over. Opeka for DeShiel. Side of the net save. Rebound. Still loose. DeShiel knocked down from behind. They play on. Rebels has it for Peters Township, and now it's Connor Lloyd carrying it for the Explorers. Near side to Andrew Romano. Romano to the goal. And a save made by Baker from close range on Charzan. How to get a piece of that one? They're battling in the corner, are the Indians and Explorers, and Ekberg has it. Ekberg leading it. Trying to anyway for Dagnall, and this is going to be icing against the Indians again.
Yeah, they'll gladly take that. They need some time to regroup here, get their big guns back out. A little under 7 minutes to go now. Peters Township can probably smell the end of this game, and as tantalizing as it is, they got a lot of ground to cover before that.
6:42 to go. The Indians lead 2-1, and they have the puck now. Near side, Jonathan Dagnall had it go off his foot. Adam Alavey, who was just denied on that penalty shot by Harrison Feeney, resets the play. Into the Explorer zone it comes. Dagnall. Does he have another big goal in him? Through center. And a bouncing puck controlled by the Explorers, and they have a 2-on-2. And a wrist shot on Baker, who knocks it aside. Good effort there by McDonough. The puck gloved down now by Gustafson. Gustafson between the circles. Backhander, never made it through again. And Baker can't find this puck, but it's taken by Ekberg and ricocheted the length of the ice.
Sometimes it's more important to be lucky than it is good.
He's putting on the war paint and the Army fatigues and the Con Edison helmet. Brian Baker in survival mode now with his teammates with under 6 minutes left. Nick Washko wins the face-off, and the shot is blocked and stays in play. Side of the net. Up but not out. It comes to Polig. Polig through a crowd. Baker doesn't know where it is. It's swiped aside. Rebels can't get it all the way out. Jeffrey Gratz, far corner. Looking to center it. Instead will go to the corner again, but it's cut off. And the Indians will not ice it this time. Oh, that might have been a break for Peters Township. I didn't see it hit anything or anyone. In any event, the Indians will play this puck on their own end with 5:20 to go. And this will be icing. No, it won't be.
It won't.
And a steal now by Matt Emilio. Emilio ducks around a check. Emilio going to the corner after this puck, trying to get around his man. He can't. Dagnall has it. Dagnall overtaken by Romano, and Romano has impressive speed through the right wing side. Andrew Romano to the goal. Lost it at the last moment. This puck off the glass, still in play. To the point it comes for Smith. That shot hits something on the way in. Charzan with it for Connor Lloyd. To the point for Taylor Smith. Through a crowd, Baker never saw it. And the Indians get it almost the length. Again, it will not be icing. 4:25 left. Long lead pass. The Indians steal it. And Barnes gets it somewhat deep. Dagnall retreating. As Romano comes back, dropping to Charzan. Alavey on the back check, trying to help out his defense, and Alavey has it for the Indians. Oh, played it right off Baker, but Kittleberger has it, and Alavey and Barnes are going the other way. Kittleberger over the line, Kittleberger pulling up, shooting, it's blocked. Barnes has it for Peters Township. Barnes, near side. And a stoppage in play here. 3:41 to go, and another UPMC Sports Medicine power play coming the way of the LaSalle College High School Explorers. The Indians holding on to a 2-1 lead. Jonathan Dagnall, the guilty party, and what a blow that is for Peters.
Matt, we're gonna go to the Twitter machine right now, and we've already heard from that Penn Trafford team many times today with our buddy Jonah, but teammate Jordan Eisenstadt mentioning that now it's 3:41 left to score on Brian Baker in net for Peters Township, saying that it's not a very fun situation, and Baker 28 saves in this game so far, so Eisenstadt pretty confident in the way Baker has been in net for this Indians team.
Thank you, Ross and Santa. The LaSalle fans on their feet here. What a hockey game.
This is a great one.
And more to go. Elbowing the penalty. Kittleberger, for the time being, makes it a moot point. Dalfara behind his own net, watched by Emilio. DeShiel can't catch up to it. Now the Indians have a couple men trapped. Near side it comes to Gustafson. Into the glove of Baker. It's as if Brian Baker is saying, hop on my back, boys. I got this.
It ain't no thing. It ain't no thing.
Wow. Alavy pushes it to the corner. Charzin to the point for Gustafson. It went through a crowd. It's loose. Turnaround try. Baker the save. The rebound controlled by Barnes. And Barnes will slap it away. Alavy goes after the bouncing puck. Dalfara gets there first. Alavy thought he had taken it away for a moment there, but he has to get back on defense now with 1:13 to go on the UPMC Sports Medicine power play.
And we are under 3 minutes remaining in this hockey game.
Indeed we are, Tom Berenger. The clock ticking on the season for both these teams. The Indians trying to protect a 1-goal lead. Here's Charzin, stick check by Ekberg. A good clean poke there, and Kittleberger is going to be able to get to this one, I think, and get it up and out, and he does. Romano over the line, double teamed. It comes to Charzin, and it's sent back out by the Indians. 35 to go in the Dagnall penalty. Emilio fighting for this one. Near side it comes to Romano again. Romano down the right side. Hard shot wide of Baker, not missing by much. The Explorers barely keep it inside the zone, but Emilio is going to be able to get it out. DeShiel in deep for the Indians. Waning seconds of the Dagnall penalty. He's back. And he takes a man down, and he's going to go right back to the box. Yep. That was just a case of wrong place, or right place, wrong time. And I think Jonathan Dagnall knows it.
Yeah, he's stating his case to the penalty box operator, but I don't think he cares.
Both teams still have their timeouts up on the clock, or do they? The LaSalle Explorers are using theirs. 60 teams have skated for Penguins and Open Cup Gold this year in Western Pennsylvania. Now you can score big with the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Hockey League and the golden advertising opportunities it has to offer. If you're a decision maker for a business or organization and you would like to see your ad on this program or in any of our partner facilities, call PIHL Commissioner Ed Sam at 412-401-4725 or email pihlcommissioner@gmail.com. Help us grow Interscholastic Hockey, and we'll help you grow your business. Tom Berenger, I'm shaking like a leaf up here. This has just been an incredible hockey game, and I can't stop.
Yeah, I think a nail biter might suffice it for me, even though I don't bite my nails, for the record. But But yeah, this final minute and 35 seconds is going to tell us a lot about the character of both of these teams. Does LaSalle have anything left in the tank? Can Peters Township close? Something they've not been really able to do in recent years. This, of course, would be their first AAA title, having won AA titles in 05, 03, and 02. And LaSalle, of course, the perennial champions, it seems like may have met their match today.
Here's the face-off to the left of Brian Baker. To the point it comes for Colin Gustafson. To the corner for Charzan, side of the net. The Explorers work, and Feeney is still in the cage. To the point it comes to Dalfara. Dalfara in behind the goal, taken by Ekberg, cleared out. 1:15. Dalfara near side for Gustafson. Into the zone comes Connor Lloyd. Baker the save. The Indians try to clear it. They cannot. Gustafson kept it alive for a moment. Now it's sent the length. Final minute. Long lead pass for Kevin Charzan. For Andrew Romano. Romano pulling up in the corner. Alavi fighting for it. Romano behind the net. Out in front it comes Charzan. Oh, could not beat Baker. That might have been his best chance. The Explorers keep it alive, though. Charzan again. Charzan blocked. 30 seconds left. The Explorers still with it. Alavi trying to take it away. He can't. Baker the save. The rebound fanned on. Push to the boards. Not out. And now here's the open net. Barnes off the iron.
Man.
12 seconds left. Alavi gets it out. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It is over. It is all over. Pour the cider. It's time to drink from the Pennsylvania Cup. The Peters Township Indians have upset the LaSalle Explorers by a final score of 2-1.
Well, that is some long welcomed redemption for Rick Tingle, Ryan Tingle, Mike Antonucci, the rest of the staff. Coach Rick Tingle in his funky hat now paying homage to the fans that have bussed and driven out here all the way to Penn State University to witness this event. That's a happy team, Matt.
Russ and Santa, final thoughts from Social Media Row.
Hey, from Social Media Row, I'm telling you, Twitter was absolutely blowing up when the horn was sounding because it seemed like it was right on cue with your call, Matt, that the support in Western PA is on fire right now from everyone that we've mentioned throughout these three broadcasts, supporting the Peters Township Indians, grabbing this victory for the PIHL, and supporting Western PA hockey as the Flyers Cup champs are not able to do a clean sweep in all three of these games at Pegula Ice Arena. So thank you for those of you that have tuned into coverage not only on our live stream on the PIHL Network, but on Twitter at PIHL Network. So Matt, I'll send it back to you for your final thoughts.
I would like to tip the cap to the LaSalle Explorers, Wally Mielbrenner. That is a well-run program, and this was one of the most exciting championship games I've seen. And a stick tap to Rick Tingle and the Peters Township Indians, who have won their 4th Pennsylvania Cup title and 1st since the year 2005. Tom Berenger, I will hand it over to you for the trophy presentation.
Well, thanks, Matty. You know, it takes a big man to admit when he's wrong, and God knows I am a big man, but I'm not talking about my size this time. When this season started and I saw the struggles that Peters Township was having, there is no way I would have predicted that they would have been in this championship, let alone winning this championship, and that is exactly what they've done. And what an inspiration to this group of seniors as they transition on to their next stage in life. They have beaten a truly spectacular program in the LaSalle team. Both teams now, of course, doing handshake number 2. the LaSalle Explorers getting their runner-up medals. And even though that runner-up medal tends to be heavier around your neck, I think they can proudly wear that because of the effort that they've given today in this game. Neither team laid down, neither team quit. Both teams hung in there. Peters Township just had a little extra in the tank, and they brought it today. And the Pennsylvania State Championship Class AAA will go back to McMurray, Pennsylvania, home of the Peters Township Indians. Some folks that we'd like to say thank you to once again. Not only to broadcaster Matt Popchak and intrepid social media reporter Ross Insana, but also Chris Baginski, who has been an integral part of this broadcast booth all year, to Andy Hughes, to Drew Brown, of course to producer and head of Rubino Productions, John Rubino, Ed Sam, our fearless leader and chairman of the WPIHL, along with our partners Trib Total Media, UPMC Sports Medicine, two great sponsors that have been with us every step of the way. MSA Sports is in the house. Their live broadcasts and live streaming of games all year has enabled hockey fans to see the game as it's or to hear the game as it's happening. To Tom Willems of IYM Sports, of course, Bob Sebastian, PIHL President and head of Power Play Productions, and once again a big shout out to the staff of this beautiful facility, the Pegula Ice Arena, courtesy of the incredible benefactor. I think when it comes down in history, not only has there never been a benefactor that did what Terry Pegula and his family did for this program, but whoever designed and built this rink, this will be used as a case study. If you want to know how to build a hockey rink, folks, come here to Penn State and see this facility, and this is what it's all about, providing a place for this team these teams to play and have a great night. Let's listen again to rink announcer Rodney, excuse me, as he reads the names of the victorious Peters Township Indians. As the LaSalle Explorers file out down their tunnel to their locker room, like I said, they have nothing to be ashamed of. A great game, but really the night belongs to Peters Township. The Indians getting the job done today like they have wanted to do for so long, and they claim their first ever AAA state championship. You now see them skating the Pennsylvania Cup. That's Brock Burns, who made a contribution, as really did every single player on this team. There really wasn't a selfish player among this team today. Everyone making the contribution that Coach Tingle called for them to make. And we see the PIHL's Lenny Santora holding that trophy that's just about as big as he is, as the players continue to celebrate on the ice amidst their yard sale of equipment, and just really drinking it in. And really, my final thought is that I've had a chance to drink from a very deep and refreshing spring, which is high school hockey. Not only today in these games, but all season long. My shout-outs go to both Eastern and Western Pennsylvania hockey leagues, the programs they've put together, and the way they've inspired these kids to give of their best and strive for excellence. and excellence today belongs to the Peters Township Indians. McMurray, Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh suburb in the South Hills of Pittsburgh, is going to be a buzz tonight as they take that cup home and share it with their very loyal fans. Once again, we're about to say goodbye from the Pegula Ice Arena. For broadcaster Matt Popchak, social media reporter Ross Insana, producer John Rubino, this is Tom Berenger saying, hey, thanks for being with us. And don't forget about the showcase coming up at Island Sports Center this next month in April. Come out and support that. And not only is that great hockey, but it is a great opportunity for high school kids to really make an introduction and make an impression on college and professional scouts. And we look forward to that event, which is always hosted so very well by the PIHL Special Projects Director Carol Walker and Deb and Jack Kukan, who have been a huge part of making sure this PIHL functions properly. And at any rate, there's not much more left to say other than congratulations to Coach Tingle, the players, and the fans. We see Brian Baker celebrating his medal, and now they begin to pick up their belongings, and we'll take the celebration inside to their locker room, continue that celebration on the bus back to Pittsburgh tonight. And once again, our hats are off to the Salle Explorers for their great effort in this game, but the laurels go to the Peters Township Indians in this 2014 state championship AAA victory. Once again, for the PIHL Network, this is Tom Berenger saying good night, and stay with us. Thank you.
In more ways than one, the defenseman getting into the act all season long for the Peters Township Indians, who can call themselves Pennsylvania Cup champs. Joey Kittleberger, the captain, take me through your winning goal.
Well, I got a pass from Gilarowski at the point. It was kind of a laser close to the point. I thought it was going to come out. The one guy came at me. I faked a shot, went around him, just saw a slot, low blocker, and popped her in there.
How much fun was this game to play in? How nerve-wracking was it to play in, for that matter?
Unbelievable poppy seed. It was just, I can't even describe. My feet haven't even touched the ground yet. It's just unbelievable feeling.
Was there a lot of talk, among the Peters Township folks about the old state championship teams and the teams that had won in the past, and how you guys were getting your chance finally?
Yeah, my dad was definitely talking about it a lot, because my brother was on the 2002-2003 team, and I'm finally walking in his shoes. It's my turn now.
It is his turn, and it's the Indians' turn to celebrate. Captain Joseph Kittleberger, congratulations.
Thank you, Popchak.
Do we mind if he puts this on? Yes, Adam Alvey, you can wear that thing for life. A hard-earned win for the Peters Township Indians, defeating a dynasty here today. A great victory and a hard-fought one again over the LaSalle College Explorers. Adam, what impressed you the most about your team today?
Team defense, and Baker stood on his head for us, just like he always does in these big games. And we're able to get 2 by him. We only let in 1. We win. Yeah.
What did your teammates say to pick you up after the penalty shot, and what did you say to yourself, knowing that there was still work to be done?
My teammates they were behind me the whole time. I wish I would have put that in, but I didn't, and everyone was behind me saying, we got you, don't worry about it, and it all turned out good.
How impressive has it been to watch and to be a part of the way this team has evolved defensively over the course of the season?
It's been amazing. Everyone picked it up for the big games, and we buckled down when we needed it to most. So,
how does it feel to start, hopefully for your team's sake, a new Peters Township dynasty?
Feels good. Being on the winner's side is a lot better than being on the loser's side.
And they have waited a long time for that, and the Indians, again, they can celebrate Adam Alvey with a big first period goal and some good penalty killing at the end to make the lead stand up. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
The fastest glove in the West, although it is not present, now has a championship trophy to hold, the Pennsylvania Cup, as Brian Baker, the senior, makes it stand up for the Indians here in Penn State. Brian, how much fun did you have out there? How nerve-wracking was it in that third period?
Oh, definitely the last 5 minutes I was shaking so bad. 2-1 game, 2-minute penalty put on us. I mean, it was unreal. It was so hard.
This team has killed penalties in the third period of games like it's going out of style. What is this team's secret?
I don't know. I think just at the end of the year, we worked on getting the puck up high off the glass, and that's just been doing it for us. It's get the puck out, simple play, and then forecheck.
On a personal level, what does it mean to get to wear this medal and to have accomplished what you just did against a team that has the respect of a lot of people over Pennsylvania?
I mean, I can't even describe. the feelings that I get from doing this. I mean, there's not many kids who get to live this moment, and to live this, I mean, I'll never forget this. This is definitely one of the best moments of my life.
To borrow the old sports proverb, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And Brian Baker gets to finish a winner here at the Pennsylvania Cup. Thank you, Brian.
Thank you.
Thank you. So do we. I was up there and I was shaking that whole third period. What a game. Pennsylvania Cup champion head coach Rick Tingle of the Peters Township Indians, and not one to volunteer information, but I really have to ask him, what is this team's secret to killing penalties in the third periods of games?
A lot of practice. In games, unfortunately, of late. But yeah, I mean, we practiced it, we were working on it, and like I said to whoever asked me that question after the last game, just hard work. You know, killing a penalty is hard work, stopping and starting and getting back in it, and they just worked hard.
It was a thrilling game for us up there in Media Row. How just intense, nerve-wracking, etc. was it for you down on the bench?
I got to tell you, I was so in the moment I didn't even realize we were ticking down as much until we got to about 30 seconds. You know, we're just focusing on killing the penalty, and then unfortunately the second one Dags got, I think the kid stepped on his stick. He didn't really get it. I think, if I got to look at it, it's what we all look like for us. But so, you know, and then it was right back at it again. But it gave us an opportunity to ice it a couple times, and that burned 20 seconds off every time. So,
just talk a little bit about your senior class this year. What an ending to their interscholastic hockey careers here today.
Yeah, I mean, especially I got to start with Joe and Brian. Joey's been on the team. He's our captain. He's been a terrific captain. He's not extremely vocal, but he leads by example, and he wants to be prepared all the time, not only for him but for the team, and he's done that. Bakes has been there for 4 years. Now, we watched the first year, but he was in the Penguin Cup in the net for 3 years. So to those guys, it means a lot. It means a lot to me that they got it. I'm just so pleased and happy with that.
At the risk of sounding trite, does not getting over the hump in previous years make you appreciate this all the more?
Probably not. If I'd won it the first year, I'd been just as happy.
He wins it this time, though, and the Peters Township Indians do get over the hump, and in a thrilling game against a very difficult team, the LaSalle Explorers. They are your Class AAA Pennsylvania Cup champions for 2014. Coach, an outstanding game and an outstanding season. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Everything you do, too. All these interviews you guys do for the players, it's special for them. We appreciate that.
Thank you, sir. It takes 4 victories to claim the Pennsylvania Cup, and so now the Peters Township Indians can do Mambo number 5 all the way back to Washington County. Our on-air coverage of the Pennsylvania Cup championships end, but they also ended off the air, and most fittingly, we might add, with a handshake and a congenial pat on the shoulder from last year's championship coach, Mr. Jim Black. From all of us at the PIHL Network, and for our sponsors, the MSA Sports Network, UPMC Sports Medicine, and Trib Total Media, I'm Matt Popchak. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the island for the 2014 USA Hockey America's Showcase.
Trib Total Media is a proud partner of the PIHL. Trib Total Media. Get it right now. Call 1-800-909-TRIB to subscribe or visit us online at triblive.com. This PIHL Network presentation was produced by Rubino Productions, serving the community in ways you haven't imagined.